the buttons lie flat and some of the buttons have backs to them, what you sew through. This part right here. And because of that, I found that it helps to enlarge the hole in the flower to make it easier for the petals to rest on it. So this one has a small hole. I have not enlarged it yet. The yellow one has a larger hole that I have enlarged. And I just find that it just sits better. The petals in the back in particular, this part, doesn't flare out. It just seems to snuggle in a lot better if I've enlarged the hole. And I'm going to go ahead and pull apart 3 of them sometimes, and this looks like it's the case. Some of the flowers will be larger than others. So these petals have a much larger diameter than these petals. Well, I shouldn't say much, but it's enough that I can tell the difference from the naked eye. Okay? So I will put this one on top of this one. This one also has 2 layers of petals. Oh, so does this one. Alright, so they all do. Excellent. Alright, so sometimes this is pretty snug right here, and I will just use my pliers. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There we go. I'll use my pliers to help me pull them off. I take out the center, set it off to the side. I don't need it for anything further, so it would be for another project of some kind if I so choose. I usually just toss the backs since I actually don't have any projects in mind for them either. Sometimes there's a secondary or third plastic support inside between petals, and that's usually with your more expensive flowers, especially the roses. They have 2 or 3 plastic inserts, and I take all of those out as well because for my flower I really don't want something that's going to curl too much. I want a flatter look to it for my hair. So let's get this one off. Center, set the other center aside, and as I look at this, 4 layers of petals will probably be okay. This feels like a nice thickness. I'll pull this one off just to verify to myself that's what I want to do. Yeah, 6 is feeling just a little too thick for me, so I'm going to stick with 4 layers. So when putting together the petals, I'm going to make sure my largest row is on the outside and that the smaller row, even though it's slightly smaller, it is smaller, is going to go on the top. And then I also have to decide, because I have 3 centers now, I've pulled them apart. I don't really want 3 centers, probably just 2, but if one is really bent up, I'll make that the back one and then have the second one on top of it if it has a better shape or if it's smaller in size.